Hello everyone, my name is World Mourinho, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back everybody to Gsbl Podcast. I am World Mourinho and welcome everybody back to the show, episode 2. And first and foremost, Ben Daniels, man. First of all, Ben, what in hell of a weekend we just had last weekend ago. We need to talk about the results, Ben. How do you feel about last weekend, first of all?
Last week was fun. I have to admit, it was the funniest week out of them all.
I know.
Like
I
literally,
know.
we saw a fight we saw a fight at a game. Literally a fight in the stands.
Oh yeah, no
So,
Lord, we saw that too.
hmm so it was all chaos, and I enjoyed it. So,
Yeah, man, it was so chaos. Uh, you know, we need to talk about our first topic for today. We need to talk about the results of last week. And first of all, I want to get into the first one. Now, fortunately, we're supposed to have originally the New Jersey Jolts and Ottawa Capitals, but unfortunately, due to the inactive situation that's going on with the Capitals, they have to push it to the game. So fortunately, I don't know if I'm correct or not. Looks like to me that the Jolts wins by a forfeit due to the inactivity. I don't know what just happened for that game. It was supposed to be scheduled, but I guess none of the players or the teams or even the owners or the staff came. So that's why sadly they had to cancel the game. But we need to talk about the main event of May 10th. We need to go back we need to go back to where it all started with the chaos and the rivalry between the Louisiana Lions and the freaking number one team in the league, Robloxian Horses. Man, we need to talk about Pridgeon Stadium, man. How was it when you first got to experience Pridgeon Stadium in front of a sold out crowd that almost got into 30 players? How do you feel about that, man?
it was a fun crowd. Have to admit. Uh, it was electric. Enjoyment. I see people drunk all the time now on that stadium, and overall, it was a fun atmosphere. People were loud and proud, and just those two things. I can't come up with another word, but that's how it went. So
Yeah, man. Well, I ain't go front, man. I'm sorry if I was kind of late for that, but I ain't go front as I got to get back to Prison Stadium for the first time since last season ago after the Horses won the World Series at Egg Life at Game 3 at the winner take all. We already know that story, but I want to get to the main point though. Prison Stadium. I, I expected for me to be honest. You know, I thought we were gonna win that game like 100%. But first of all, I need to get this off of my chest real quick. First of all, and first and foremost, I don't know if anybody saw the announcements happen. I think after the game or like the next day on Mother's Day. So apparently, I have unfortunately made myself an announcement on Mother's Day, and that was the time when I decided to announce that I will be officially be leaving the Louisiana Lions as the assistant coach, and I will also be going as a free agency on like Road Baseball. Um, I have only coached two teams so far, and the only team that you know that's like the best for me so far, and people may say this to this day, is the Robloxian Horses when I used to become their head coach. But now, as you know, I am going to be now a free agent in Road Baseball and GSBL. And I also want to say this real quick to all the Louisiana Lions fans. I want to say thank you so much for great times and great memories. I've been there. I've been in that team for almost 2 months from March to May. I think it was 4 months, I believe. I guess so, yeah. But still, I just want to give a thank you real quick to them because, unfortunately, I couldn't we couldn't get the job done at Bridges Stadium because somebody had ruined it at Bridges Stadium, which I'm not gonna say whose names, but if anybody does know who that person is, then that person should be blamed on that reason. And I told him, we was in the VC one time, and I told him every time, don't argue with the ump. And look what happened after that. And he got kicked out. He didn't went back to the locker room. And if man Ben, listen Ben, I don't know if you remember this Ben, but after what the ump said, I was completely pissed. Like I was completely pissed at this point, and I couldn't handle it at that point. So the next day, I decided to leave the team. But still, I just want to say thank you to the fans and the franchise for having me. But now I'll be going as a free agent as a real baseball coach. So I'm going to find. I'm gonna figure out Ben on where I'll be heading to for my next journey, and I cannot wait to see where I'll be landing. And if I don't land on any team, then I might be still a free agent until the end of the season, or I may come back and sign a contract to whoever team I pick besides the Lions. So whoever I got, I will be landing on that team. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But that game was insane though. Sold out crowd. I want to give a big shout to all of the fans for both Lions and Horses that came. It was madness. It was chaos. And I know people to this day, in their opinions, they may say that the Lions and the Horses may be that number one rival of this year's season. I would never forget about last year's season when Horses and Joes were like that top rival, like the greatest rivals they had of all time. I'll never forget about that time. But I feel like this year it's all about the Lions and Horses because they became that rivalry time. What do you think about that, man?
Um, rivalry is always a good thing for me. A lot competitive. As you can see here, the Louisiana Lions, the Black Sea Horses, two teams that do not like each other, and they basically hate each other. And reminds me of last year with the Horses and the New Jersey Jolts. So I could see, in my own opinion, I could see a Jolts and Lions rivalry coming up.
Oh
On
yeah, I know. That's gonna be a one badass rival that's gonna be coming up soon. But speaking of rivalries, we need to talk about our second topic that we need to talk about. We need to talk about something that you and I need to discuss about in our opinions. We need to talk about who is going to win Best Player of the Week on May 17th. Now, as you know, I have so much words I have to say about that, but first and foremost, I need to get this off of my chest real quick. First of all, before we even get to tell who's gonna be in that top picks of it, I need to say this real quick. So for the games that we have tonight,
uh,
we have first of all we have Roblox and Horses, the defending champions, will be
wait,
taking on Ottawa Capitals, and then the
yeah,
main event will be something that all the fans will never forget. It's going to be the New Jersey Jolts versus the Louisiana Lions. Now, for what I think that's going to become the best player of the week for the Horses. Now, Ben, I already know you're going to say Side, of course, because my man Side is going on a season run that he will never forget. He's going like on fire lately. He's been going undefeated lately. Like not to glaze or anything, but he's been going very well and he's doing really great for the team. And he's also the team captain for the Robloxian Horses. And I do see the reason why he wanted to play with the Robloxian Horses, and that was because he wanted to make a new legacy. He wanted to be like that next Twister Tech. You know what I'm saying, Ben? But I feel like for me, like in the future though, if it does happen or not, if Side leads the team to win back-to-back World Series, bro, then he's definitely gonna be Twister Tech 2.0, hands down. If he does do the impossible, what do you think about that, man?
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked that if he leaves back after winning back-to-back championship.
Yeah, no word.
As like I known Side for since 2022, and I can probably say that he's known for switching up a lot. I can't lie. So
Yeah.
he might switch it up on the horses and join one of these new teams that are coming up in season 3. You know, so who knows?
Maybe not. He may stay with the horses forever because currently he loves the horses. He loves everything about them. He been doing really well with the season, and looks like to me that we need to talk about that matchup real quick, man, between the Ottawa Capitals and the Robloxian Horses. First of all, I am not gonna lie, man. You wait, hold on. Let me get this straight, man. Did you say last episode? Did you say that Psy was gonna win that thing? Best player
No,
of the week?
nah, I
Oh,
didn't.
oh, it was Corey. You said right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
said Corey.
okay, not bad. Well, let me tell you something, man. Because I know people already know that they may say like, oh, Psy may win Best Player of the Week or Miguel or Corey. But you know what, bro? I'm not gonna lie, man. You see, last weekend ago, I'm gonna give credit to this man real quick, hands down. He's a legend though. First of all, and first and foremost, hands down, I need to give respect to this person real quick. First of all, he's gonna win Best Player of the League. Do you want to know who?
Uh, Lions or horses?
No, we're talking about the Capitals in the horses game.
Oh, oh, I think I have a feeling.
Do you want to know who's the player that I want to win that?
Yeah,
Give me Toy Stage.
you
Give
know,
me
world,
that OG.
world. No, I was about to say his name too. I was about
Really?
to say his name too.
No
Yeah, literally
way.
about to say his name too.
No way. That's insane.
Yeah,
But we need to talk about Toy Stage so real quick, like because I know nobody like I know I haven't mentioned him. Well, I did kind of mention him in the podcast last episode, but I need to mention his name real quick. First of all, this man has been in the league since 2021. Do you know how long that was, bro?
yeah.
Bro, if you count
Prime
your
COVID
hands,
years.
bro, oh my days, bro. That was insane. First of all, this man had an amazing career. Like he had an amazing career, hands down. With all due respect. Now listen, I'm gonna say this for once about him, right? Last weekend, he was so lucky with that home run he had. Do you remember the home run he had?
Yeah, I do.
That home run, man. I did not expect he was gonna hit that home run. Hands down, that is something I was mind blowing because I used to coach, I used to coach the team last season ago, and I used to train, him, Side Miguel, whole crew, and I used to train them every single day because I want this team to be like that top team of the league. And look what happened after that season, man. Winning that title was like an unbelievable dream, and to be honest though, crazy thing is though, man, last season ago it was their first title, like for the first time since 2020. Like that was like 6 7 years ago, if I'm correct or not. I don't know if I'm wrong, but that was a long time ago. That was like during COVID, like Corona time. You know what I'm saying?
COVID time, prime COVID.
Yeah,
We all
man.
remember that.
Yeah, man. Never forget about that. But anywho, I'm gonna say Toy Sage for getting that best player of the week on May 17th because I cannot wait to see how well he does between as he's gonna go up against the Ottawa Capitals. As we never seen this matchup between the Capitals and the Horses. But for me, if the Capitals shock the world and beat the number one team in the league, yo, man, let me tell you what's gonna happen, right?
Hmm.
Imagine if you bet 100 Robux on the Ottawa Capitals to win that game against the Horses. Yo, you are going to be mind-blowing. Like, I'm being so for real. I'm being so real with you, bro. Because listen, the only team that has defeated the Horses so far is only one team, and that was the New Jersey Jolts. Now, the Lions couldn't do the job. Now, it all comes down to the Capitals. If they could do it, bro, I'm gonna be so shocked. If they can't do the job, they got a second chance. Now, just remember, Ben, this is gonna be the first time we'll be seeing this matchup, though. So, I'm not gonna lie. According to what the Battle Channel says, 14 people have voted the Horses to win that game, and meanwhile, 3 people voted the Capitals to win that game. So it looks like to me most people want the Horses to win the game by a lot of points. I don't know how much though, but I cannot wait to see who's gonna win that game though. And if the Capitals do shock the world, bro, I'm gonna be amazed, bro. I'm gonna be so amazed. But anyways, we need to get to the next one though. We need to talk about the main event on May 17th. It's gonna be the New Jersey Jolts versus the Louisiana Lions at Egg Life Stadium. And Ben, this is going to be a one hell of a chaos main event that we need to talk about, man. First of all, and first and foremost, Ben, you know, Lions had an opportunity last weekend. They couldn't get the job done because of one person that had to ruin it. And like I said before, people, I am not going to say on who did it. Now, this could be Lions' second chance. If they don't ruin this moment, you know they're going to win this game. If they like ruined it, like if they do something stupid, then they're gonna lose. They're gonna be like 0-3. Now, this is where it gets serious now. The Jolts record right now is 4-2. They have the same record as the Robloxian Horses. Now, the Jolts is having a good winning streak so far as they defeated the Capitals twice already. Now, I need to talk about the main event. Now listen, last episode ago, I told Killer Josh and Xylon to give me a 5-star performance. And looks like to me, they almost had a 5-star performance. They had a 4.5-star performance, I would definitely say. That it was so close to a 5-star. Only if that person did not ruin it, though. It's not the player, and like I said before, one last time, I am not gonna say on who that was. Now, anyways, you know, we saw a lot of moments, with the Lions' history so far, and they have a good roster. Now, speaking of the roster, I want to give a little breaking news to all the Gsbl fans. If they don't know this about this right now, which I'm about to say right now to the public. As you know, we got some breaking news. This is like late breaking news, I would say. So last week ago, we have just heard that 2 former Louisiana Lions players has decided to go on free agency, aka free agents. So they decided to go and leave the team, and they want to become a free agent. Ben, how do you feel about that?
I mean, speaking about the coach himself, he had some trouble trying to stay in the locker room. Just costed him the team. But I can see why people are leaving free agency for free agency. They just don't want to deal with like an immature coach and stuff like that. So I don't blame them for what they did, and hope they find a team soon and hope for the best.
Yeah, man. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna tell you guys on what just happened about that incident, though. Not only the incident, but the people that left the team so far. Unfortunately, so right now, 2 former Lions players, which is Xylon and Lewis, had decided to leave the team, and they will be going on free agency aka free agent, and they're going to be deciding on which team they'll be heading to in the future terms, whether they're going to Robloxian Horses, New Jersey Jolts, or they're going to be going all the way to Canada and they'll be playing for the Ottawa Capitals. We don't know yet about their future terms. Meanwhile, for me, I don't know where I'm going to be landing at too. So I'm also going to have to figure about that in future terms. Now, I need to talk about this game real quick, Ben, because there are a lot of players that wanted to get this moment. Now, we need to talk about the players though. First of all, you know, I said last week ago with the Lions and the Horses at Purchasing, I said give me Killer Josh and Xylon a 5-star performance. Now we're gonna switch up this time. Now you see, on the Jolt side, I'm gonna say this for one time. I never said this so many times, but I'm gonna say it for once for the Jolts. Now, the captain of the Jolts, Ricky. Matter of fact, scratch Ricky, because I said Ricky so many times last episode ago. Now, I'm gonna say it for once though. And let's hope he's gonna be at the game though for the main event. Emerson, if you're watching this, I want you to give me a 5-star performance at the main event. If you do it, bro, you're definitely gonna get that best player of the week for May 17th, and I cannot wait to see that. So I want Emerson to win that thing. What about you, Ben?
The only person I know is Ricky on that team. So I guess I'll have to go Ricky.
Oh, Ricky again. Captain Ricky, man. Well, I also need to talk about for the Lions side, besides, Killer Josh. There is another person that I do want to see if they do give their best off. So first of all, I said Killer Josh last episode, and he almost gave me a 5-star performance. I need to switch it up this time. And I know somebody is going to really lock in, though. And I already know he's going to be that right-hand man for Killer Josh. Do you want to know who, Ben?
I'm guessing Jay.
Jay is the correct answer. I want Jay to give his ass off a 5-star performance at the Jolts and Lions game at Egg Life, and I can't know what to. Listen, for me, I can't know what to see who's gonna win that game. Hands down, I will be there too. Matter of fact, breaking news for all of you guys real quick. One thing, breaking news just now. I will be at Egg Life watching the game, VIP access, and I will be seeing who is going to win that game, and I can't wait to see who's going to get a 5-star performance. Is it between Emerson or Jay? You said Ricky, and you said Jay too, right?
Yeah, I said Jay.
Okay. Now.
But I also want to shout out Josh too.
Oh yeah,
So.
Killer Josh. Yeah. But let's hope one of these players get a 5-star performance. But yeah, man, I can't wait for that too. Now, anyways, we need to talk about our third topic for today. Let's talk about who got the most votes in the betting channel. Now, first of all, Ben, I think you already know the first one, bro. Robloxian Horses, Ottawa Capitals. Yeah, I already know the results. Robloxian Horses with 14 votes, and meanwhile with the Capitals with 3 votes. Now, for the main event, for May 17th, Egg Life Stadium, you got the New Jersey Jolts taking on the Louisiana Lions. You want to know how many votes for the Jolts?
What they have?
The Jolts have 11 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, for the Lions, 6. So, they're saying the Jolts could win because 11 people voted Jolts to win that game. So, oh boy, it's going to get very, very serious. So, like I said before, man, if the Lions shock the world and beat the Jolts, I am going to be mind-blowing. But if the Jolts beat the Lions, just remember the Lions got one more chance, and that game may be next time at Fastball Stadium. I can't wait for that one too, man. Now, that's enough about the third topic. We also need to talk about our brand new topic, our fourth brand new topic for today. We need to talk about the transfers in GSBL. Now, so far, and I mean so far, three people is gonna be a part of this. First of all, number one is of course me, because I'm going as a free agent as a road baseball coach. Meanwhile, you got two players that will be going on a free agency. Xylon, former Lions player, and last but not least, Lewis, former Lions player. And that will be it for the transfers because there's only three people so far. And now we need to talk about our last one. And this is going to be something you already know what it is, Ben.
Mhm.
So, Ben, we need to talk about the matches, man. Who do you got on the first one? Is it the Robloxian Horses or the Ottawa Capitals?
So I got my money on the Black Horses. I feel like Ottawa's gonna be inactive again, like they did last week, and probably just get a free win for the horses. It's not gonna be much of a fun match as last week's and the weeks prior. I feel like they're gonna get the win anyway. So, and yeah, that's all I need to talk about for that match.
Okay, so we got Robloxian Horses. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it for the good. I'm going to have to go for my former team, Robloxian Horses, to win that game. If the Capitals do shock the world and beat them, man, hands down, this is gonna be the one in the history books. And if they do, bro, at Curlam Stadium, which Roblox University is gonna have to travel all the way to Canada, man, it's gonna be electrifying, bro. Because just remember, horses will be playing at Curlam Stadium for the first time ever, and it's gonna be electrifying, man. It's gonna be so electrifying, man. A lot of fans are gonna be there too, man. I just can't wait to see who's gonna win overall, man.
Yeah.
But, man, we need to talk about the main event of all main events. May 17th, the Jolts and the Lions. Who you got?
So for the betting channel, I put the Lions, but three players, two players and a coach transfer out of Louisiana Lions. That's they only have a short amount of people for the Lions, and Jolts has a huge roster. Jolts has a lot of talent. Lions has a lot of talent, but I feel like the Jolts can edge one at them. The Lions gonna be tired after like few hits. I feel like so. I'm changing my vote to New Jersey Jolts.
Oh, so you betrayed them, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Wow, that's insane. That's insane. Oh my god. Wow. So you got the Jolts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, not bad. Well, man, how am I gonna start with this now? Wow. So is gonna be visiting the Jolts for the first time, and it's gonna be all the way at New York, New Jersey, at Life Stadium. First of all, it's gonna be electrifying, bro. Fans are just gonna boo the crap out of the Lions. But you know, I'm gonna have to do this one last time. I'm gonna do this one last time. And I know the Jolts fans may hate me for this, but if the Lions do lose, then the next time I'll probably pick the Jolts. So, Lions, you got one more chance. Because I'm gonna go for you, my bro. You got one more chance. You better shock the world at the main event. And I hope, because this is your last time that I'm picking y'all, bro. Y'all better shock the world. If not, bro, then it's over, bro. It's over. Like I'm not gonna lie, man. Lions cannot lose to the Jolts at Egg Life, bro. This is something they need to really focus on because their fans is gonna be so hectic as hell. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, I mean, if the Lions do lose here, I feel like it's gonna lose their momentum as like champions, like as they want to be champions of GSBL. And if they lose to Jolts here, bring down the odds a little bit more for them like not to make it. So I feel like Louisiana Lions has to win this game, even though it was Jolts. And pretty much I feel like Jolt's gonna win this game. I'm sorry, Louisiana.
Yeah, man. Well, Lions, you better shock the world. If you don't, bro, then this is it's over, bro. But yeah, man, ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy World Mourinho. This is Ban Daniels. We are signing off, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 2 of the Gsbl Podcast. As always, you guys take care, and I wish all the teams good luck for May 17th. And listen, for me, I cannot wait to see who's gonna win, man. And as always, you guys, see you guys and play ball!